Hi everyone, today I'll be presenting Apple Incorporated, tackling the geopolitical challenges. Today I'll be presenting how Apple is responding to geopolitical challenges, especially those arising from US and China trade tensions. I'll walk you through Apple's core issue, explain the real-world impact of tariff policies, and present one practical solution Apple is already putting into action. Since the US and China trade war intensified under the Trump administration, tariffs on electronics have severely impacted Apple, with 75% of iPhones previously assembled in China. Apple became highly vulnerable to political conflict and cost inflation. This ongoing challenge forces Apple to rethink its global production strategy. So for the problem identification, Apple's main problem is its overdependence on Chinese manufacturing. Tariffs like the 15% US levy in 2019 on electronics raised costs significantly. Meanwhile, geopolitical tensions continue, threatening Apple's ability to maintain stable production and pricing. The company must now reduce this exposure while maintaining quality and efficiency. To address this issue, Apple is diversifying its supply chain by expanding into countries like India and Vietnam. This approach reduces exposure to US and China tariffs, builds geopolitical resilience, and maintains operational continuity. Apple has already begun production in India, proving the solution is both active and scalable. Apple can potentially reduce tariffs by employing tariff engineering strategies such as final assembly, packaging, or minor modification in countries with preferential trade status. This approach allows the company to avoid the high costs associated with relocating entire manufacturing operations. It also enables a quicker response to shifting tariff regulations while continuing to use existing supplier and logistic network. However, the solution may have limited long-term effectiveness if trade laws evolve, and it may not be as impactful as other, more comprehensive tariff reduction methods. Apple's iPhone exports from India to US rose 76% in April 2025, while Chinese exports dropped by the same percentage. Diversification is not only feasible, it's already reshaping Apple's global risk management and helping protect its business. In pursuing sustainable development, a two-pronged approach is essential, emphasizing both robust infrastructure and corporate responsibility. Firstly, the development of quality, reliable, sustainable, and resilient infrastructure is paramount to foster economic growth and enhance human well-being. Secondly, it is crucial to encourage companies, particularly large and transnational corporations, to embrace sustainable practices and to transparently integrate sustainability information into their regular reporting cycles. And the strategy is SMART. S will be specific, move parts of production out of China, and measurable, reduce China-made iPhones to under 60% by 2026. A achievable, India production is ongoing. R realistic, elegance with trade and tech trends. And final one, time-bound, 2-year rollout with quarterly targets. So for conclusion, in summary, Apple is taking concrete action to reduce geopolitical risk by shifting production beyond China. It its supply chain, lower its tariff burden, and adapt to today's global challenges. This strategy is already delivering results, and it's only the beginning. Thank you. And this will be the final part, my reference list. Thank you for listening to my presentation today.